welcome back to Fifth Gear. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with extreme excitement that I introduce you to the most potent Rolls-Royce ever made, the Wraith. It's the sportiest, most high-tech Rolls-Royce in history. The spirit of ecstasy needs to hold on tight. She's sitting on a 6.6-litre twin-turbo V12 with supercar acceleration. Rollers have always been cars that were best enjoyed from the back seat, but the Wraith is different. It claims to offer the most powerful and involving driving experience of any Rolls-Royce. So let's crack on and see if it lives up to such tremendous billing. Rolls is owned by German manufacturer BMW, but the British traditions remain. There are still rear-hinged coach doors and open poured wood angled at a precise 55 degrees. The sweep of the cabin is designed to echo the south of France Cove, where Sir Henry Royce would spend his winters. Everything in here is as opulent and as indulgent as you would hope from a Rolls-Royce. From the carpet that is so deep you could lose your butler in it, to the starlight headliner that you can have in any constellation of your choosing. There's nothing in here that hints at the sheer firepower on offer up front until you press this button. It's a whopper, a big one, and I'm not just talking about the steering wheel. The only way that I can tell where the front of the bonnet is by looking at the tips of the wings of the Spirit of Ecstasy. And when it comes to back there, who knows where the rear end actually stops. Fortunately though, when you're parking it, there is a very clever reversing camera TV system, which is borrowed from BMW. Now, it is as quiet as a cathedral in here, and it is as majestic as one as well. The Wraith's chassis and engine are actually borrowed from the so-called baby Rolls, the Ghost. That costs £170,000, but the Wraith is substantially more. This costs £245,000, and that puts it into Ferrari territory. The FF is just slightly cheaper. The other big rival is Bentley. The Continental GT is £100,000 cheaper. The Wraith is more of a GT car than the raucous and racy Ferrari, and it is definitely more classy than the brassy Bentley. The Wraith is a far more cosseting experience than its rivals, but one of its biggest selling points, hidden amongst the veneer and hide, is its onboard technology. Its entertainment system is impressive. It's got 18 speakers, 2 of which are exciter speakers in the roof, which beefs up the sound. It's got handwriting recognition for the sat-nav. But the big breakthrough is the transmission. The 8-speed gearbox can see into the future. The satellite-aided transmission uses GPS to read the road ahead, anticipating corners and hills to make sure the car is always in the right gear at the right time. It eliminates the unnecessary changes you sometimes get with automatics and should make power delivery totally seamless. Right, let's see if it can keep up with my demands. So a blind corner for me here, but I don't know what gear I need, but the car clearly does. I've braked a little bit, but the gear hasn't changed, so I'm still in the gear with big grunt to take me up. And then I'm off the throttle a bit, the gears change it up so I can have a comfortable cruise on a relatively straight piece of tarmac. And then when I come to a corner again, yep, the car's kicked down. It is working out what gear I need incredibly quickly, more quickly than I could even think. It's very, very clever, but I'm a driver and I would like to be in control of my gears, and I feel like I need some flappy paddles. But that's just me. The lack of paddles may frustrate keen drivers, but thanks to a shorter wheelbase and lower roof than the Ghost on which it's based, the Wraith's handling should impress. But let's not kid ourselves. This car weighs 2.5 tons. It is never going to be as agile as a thoroughbred supercar. But chuck it into a corner and there's not much roll. Surprising for a roller. The suspension has been tweaked sufficiently to keep the body as flat as can be. The steering weights up the faster you go, and it is very easy to place it precisely round the bend. After a day on these Austrian roads, though, it's clear the Wraith's engine and steering aren't as responsive as the similarly priced Ferrari FF, and its handling isn't as sporty as the £100,000 cheaper Bentley Continental GT. But its level of luxury is on a different planet, and this is the best Rolls-Royce to experience from behind the wheel. It may not be a beautiful car, but it is a magnificent one, and it makes an event out of arriving and departing, as well as the bit in the middle. It's more intimate than a Phantom, and therefore it is a better driver's car. Job well done then.